Good evening and welcome to Correro, where we dissect issues shaping our society, governance, and identity as a nation. I am Godwin Sunday. Tonight, we journey into the heart of cultures, Nigerians' vibrant and diverse cultural landscape that has for decades been our pride and a global identity. From our languages, festivals, and fashion to music, food, and traditions, Nigerian's culture tells a story that stretches far beyond its borders. Yet, as modernization and globalization continue to take root, many have begun to ask, are we losing touch with our cultural essence? There is also the question of perception. How much of what the world sees as Nigerian culture is a myth? And how much is the lived reality of our people today? And beyond preservation, what future does our culture hold in a fast evolving global community where identity and creativity now play critical roles in tourism and national development? Joining me tonight to explore this question is Honorable Quadri Adukende, a president of the Afro-Caribbean Chambers of Culture and Tourism, a passionate advocate for cultural preservation and cross-continental exchange. Honorable Kende, well, before we even bring Honorable Kende at this point in time, we will go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll begin to interrogate the myth, the reality, and the future of Nigerian culture. Please stay with us in the conversation. We'll continue immediately after this break. I'm back. Well, Honorable Kende, it's a pleasure to have you on Correro.
Thank you for having me here.
Well, so you've heard from the introduction. Of course, a lot of people will say that Nigerians have begun to lose their value, especially within the cultural ambience. But tell us, how true is the narrative that our culture is gradually fading out?
Well, it depends on the perspective you are looking at it. First, let me thank you, and then thank Nigerians, who has been following up. And then when you talk of whether our culture is dwindling, I will tell you that it depends on the perspective you are looking at it. Because when we talk of culture, it involves a lot of things. It involves, involves so many things. When you're talking of culture, you are talking of our way of life. And when you're talking of a way of life, it involves so many things. The cloth we wear, the hairdo, the entertainment, even tourism. They're all embedded in culture. So that's why I said it depends on the way you are looking at it. If you are talking of tradition, that's another thing entirely, although it's part of culture. But when we talk of culture, looking at culture holistically, culture is not going down. I would say we are even doing well now. Other countries are doing well. Nigerians, Nigeria as a country, we are doing well. Because look at our entertainment industry. Look at our Nollywood, These are medium to promote our culture. These are medium to showcase who we are to the global community. So we are doing well in this part of the world, but we need to do more.
So, Honorable Kande, let's talk about the once in a while celebration of our culture. That's why I asked you if how correct is it to say that our cultures are gradually diminishing. We often see festivals as one very strong tool where Nigerians celebrate their cultures and to showcase it to international communities. But outside these festivals, we don't get to talk about our culture. But tell us, is our culture again, celebration of our culture, is it only tied to when we want to talk about festivities? Because we don't get to even see cultural practices and celebration across board, except for the Osho Festival, for the Ofala festivals, the New Yam festivals in different communities. But apart from that, we don't get to talk about our cultures. Are we losing it?
Yes, that's where we need to be very careful, because one of the effects of westernization the colonial masters, when they came, you know, some of them told us that our culture is not good. They took our culture, because that's when you look at the Berlin Conference, one of the things, when they decided they want to come to Africa, one of the things they agreed on was that when you get to Africa, because majority of them that came here even before the Berlin Conference, they've seen that our culture has been a tool of unity. It has united us, you know, and that time, you know, our system of government, the Oyomesi, when you go to Benin Kingdom, you see a lot of things. So they went back. So at the Berlin Conference, they said, well, if you want to capture these people, you know, the first thing you do is to take their culture from them and sell them, you know, give them religion, collect their culture. And when you look at it, it has been something that has really, you know, affected our growth as when talk of continent as a whole, and then as a country, Nigeria. Because look at India. India, though they were colonized too, the Britons, they went there, but Indians, they did not leave their culture. Their religion is still, when you see their women in their sari, you know, apart from few Nigerians now, our women, how many of them are wearing our, you know, the old ashoke and some other, except on special occasions now. But there are some things we need to do, you know, to bring back this. You know, we have to zero our mind. You know, nobody is saying don't practice the religion you like. You can be Christian, you can be Muslim, but there are some things you don't have to throw away, you know, and that is the culture we are talking about. There's no family that doesn't have it, you know, but once we hold that, and the only thing that can bring Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo together is our culture. The earlier we go back to it, the better.
Well, Honorable Kede, let's talk in terms of what the young people, especially young Nigerians, are holding sway to right now. And the position is that if you talk about culture right now, it means that you are diabolic. When you talk about culture, it means you're talking about a realm of the around the metaphysics. But please bring us up to speed. Is the Nigerian culture, is the African culture, and by extension, the culture around the world, is it metaphysical?
Well, even religion, it depends on the way you look at it. There are some things, as a Muslim, there are some level you get to, that you get to metaphysical level. Even in Christianity.
So let's bring it back to Nigeria. Because this is what young people are even holding sway to.
Well, the reason why most young Nigerians don't believe in our culture or practice it, simply because they've taken our history away. When you see a young Indian, you know, I kept bringing India, you know, when you see a young Indian guy or a lady, they know about all their gods. They talk of this, you know, when this was traveling from so. We have that here. But in a situation where a young man is talking about Obatala, Shango, Amadioha now, his mate, they will see him as somebody who is a bit fetish, you know. But at this time, the only thing that can bring us back to the level we want to be. For example, let me give you this. For us to say that for you to get to National Assembly as a politician, before you come and campaign or stand before us to tell us you will do this, all these lies, hold on to cutlass. Or they pour water inside, what do you call it, gun, and pour it out and say, drink it and swear by it. That if you go to National Assembly or you are a president or you are a governor, you know, if you do this, what will happen to you? Some countries are doing it. I watched a documentary on CNN of recent where the police in Taiwan, the policemen, after their graduation from the police college, they took them on top of a cave. They are there for 7 days, giving them spiritual and cultural orientation, you know, that if you come out, you know, you will not even take bribe because you know what is following you. until we go back to the basics. Religion should not, you should not throw culture away. Religion is there. Even religion is part of culture.
So you're saying invariably that the Nigerian culture is not diabolic.
It depends on the way you look at it.
So help us understand.
Good.
All right.
What you mean by diabolism or anything that is diabolic, you are bringing religion into it. There are some people that were born since the day they were born. They don't preach from now till eternity. They will never be Christians. Preach from now till eternity. They will never accept Islam. They were born into this, and they are ready to die. And it's helping them. They are calling on God through that means. And it's somebody that is saying Eledumare or Rumila, in Yoruba parlance, he will do it, and it will still help him. But the Westerners, the colonial masters, when they came, they changed. They work on our psyche for us to see those action as being diabolic. When you go into it, you are going out of religion. So the earlier you take your religion, we are not saying you should not practice your religion, but there are some things. For example, now when we are very small, where you're standing on they will tell you don't have to stand on the doorway to when you're eating. You don't have to when you want to sleep. This is how you're supposed to sleep. When you as a woman, this is how you sit down as a young woman. This is how you sit down in public. This is how to talk in public. These are culture. They are not diabolic. But in a situation where you are bringing religion into it, maybe somebody that want to appease the gods, and they're saying, go into the mountain, go and hold one chicken or white calabash.
We still get to that point.
Good. So that is it depends on the way you look at it. Culture is not diabolic. Culture is our way of life. The way we walk, the way we do things, the way we talk, the way you greet elders, the way you know that when you are entrusted with public position, when you are entrusted with power, this is how to rule. This is how to take care of people under me, the community. Maybe as a king in a community, this is how to behave. As a president, this is how to be. As a governor, this is what I should do to my people. It's culture that will tell us that. But in a situation whereby you see it as being diabolic or something like that, it depends on the way you look at it. Nigerian culture, African culture are not diabolic. That's where tradition is different.
Well, so let's talk in terms of the culture and the tradition. Since you've defined culture as the total way of life of a particular group of people. Well, tradition also, people will say that it's the way people have behaved repeatedly over a given period of time also. But let's place both together. When the missionaries came to Africa, let's bring it back to Nigeria. They were able to bring some form of civilization. And one word they kept saying was Nigerians were uncultured. Nigerians were uncivilized. Nigerians were barbaric. Could this be the reality of our traditions and our culture? Hence, this is why young people are running away even from cultural practice. I'll bring it to your doorstep as it stands right now. A lot of young people in Nigeria do not want to even associate themselves with Osun Osogbo Festival because they believe that it is a metaphysical practice. The Ofala festival that just ended, the one that we did, the New Yam Festival and other festivals, you are more of a cultural practitioner. You've seen a lot of young people trying to really shy away from this cultural practice. I ask at this point, the characteristics that the colonial masters gave to Nigerian culture as barbaric, uncivilized, and also we are generally uncultured. Is this the reality on ground as it stands?
No. They did that, when you want to catch a monkey, you do everything, you can call monkey names.
Yes,
it's very easy.
Masters left.
Yes.
What I'm asking, because in reality, it's been years since the colonial masters left, and a lot of our founding fathers still went back to some of the cultural beliefs. But right now, they've been a diversion. Young people are trying to shy away from cultural practices. That's why I'm putting it. I'm asking at this point.
The colonial master that came here and told us that we're uncultured, we're barbaric, you know.
We're uncivilized.
We're uncivilized. What we call civilization? If they say we're uncivilized, our forefathers, through their volition, you know, they came up with artifacts, beautiful artifacts. If people that you say they are uncivilized, why are you stealing there? Because it's stealing. Why are you taking away their artifacts? As I'm talking to you now, go to Europe, go to some of these Western countries. You will see our artifacts there. And these are people that are barbaric. These are people that are uncultured. These are people. Oyomesi has been in a system for years. And the system of government that Oyomesi were practicing at that time is parliamentary. They have a way to discipline a king. And that's what we're missing out here in this part of the world now because of westernization. That time, if a king misbehaves, the Oyomesi know how to deal with it. Even in the north, that time, an emir cannot become a despot. There's a way they will check him. In the east too, you know. So it's just because of these Western, they don't know that the way they practice their culture is different from our own. Look at when the king, the Queen of England, the late Queen, when she died, a lot of things was done, you know, because we watch it on CNN. A lot of things was done. That is their own culture. I was in Madrid. Sometimes there's a place they said we have to go to the palace of the queen, the ancient queen. We saw a lot of things there. That so we can see this here. You know, they know how to. They will tell you that these things are not good, but inwardly they are doing it. Let me shock you. There's a guy that used to come to Nigeria from UK, a white guy. He will come here, he will buy, this guy will come and buy clothes, you know. He will go to village, go to traditional rulers, go and buy their clothes, you know. He will buy some ancient materials. The day I confronted him, guy, you come here, all these things, what are you doing with it? He said, you don't know, this is money. I said, what? He said, it's not this material that they need, but this, when you keep a cloth for 100 years, 150, 200 years, it's not ordinary cloth again. When they take it there, they will go and extract the spiritual content in the cloth. That's what this guy used to come. He will come, buy from Masquerade, take it to England. These are people you said they are not, they're uncultured. These are people, you know, when you look at the way they make television, they make all this phone and everything. You know, when you study the way all these things came to being, you know that it was through this process. These are people that will go under the water to go and do so many things, you know. But our culture is unique. And it's still unique. It's our culture that will tell you this is how you should behave to other human beings.
So why are the young people running away from this cultural practices?
No, it depends on the way you look at it. Maybe in the city.
You've seen what has played out. Not even in the city. I was privileged to be in Osho Festival last year. And the number of young people that participated in that festival reduced drastically. You see what played out in Ofala Festival just some few days ago in Anambra. How many young people participated actively in that festival? New Yam Festival in Yako, that's in Ugep in Cross River State. How many young people are practicing? A lot of young people are distancing themselves from cultural practice.
No.
They don't want to be identified with cultural beliefs.
No.
All right, so please.
No.
That's why you're here to enlighten us.
The reason why you mention all these festivals.
Yes.
The reason why number of young people reduced compared to.
They believe that it is fetish.
It's not.
All right.
Economic downturn, because before people will move from Lagos to Osun, they will lodge in a hotel, they have their money to move around, apart from going to the festival scene, shrine or anything. They move around. There are so many other programs in the city that people can attend, you know. But because of, to even transport yourself from Lagos to Osun now, it's not easy. You're talking of Ofala Festival of recent. To travel from anywhere to go, it's not easy. Transportation and some other things, logistics. This, for me, that's what really affected all these festivals. But in a situation whereby government now said that during Salah, during Christmas, some state government will say that, you know, you have free transportation. If government, you know, really want to do more, they are trying. But if they really want to do more, when we're having all these festivals or festivities, you know, all these events, you know, Agogo Festival in Kebbi State, Osun Osogbo Festival in Osun State, Ofala that they did of recent, and many more. There's no state in Nigeria that don't have their major. So it's the duty of the state government to say, well, if you are traveling from, for example, an event is happening in Abuja now, maybe in Gariki, for you to travel from Maraba from Gwagwalada, Kwali, there's free. They bring free buses, you know, free vehicles, you know, and then they provide, you know, refreshment for this youth. They will come. It's not being fetish. It's not. Many of them cannot even go to the shrine. Many of them cannot go to the shrine, and that shrine we are talking about. You know, I was at Olojo Festival in Ife. You know, it's not everybody that can go into that place where KBC can do it. But there are some other activities in town. Olojo Festival was, you know, I think roughly 5 to 7 days, if not more than that. There's competition, game competition. There are some that youth can participate in, you know. And I know that the replica of that is in every other state in Nigeria. The government need to do something to see that. And then on our on social media, what is being sold out to youths of Nigeria? We are talking about Nigeria now. The majority of them, you know, even of now that most Nigerians are listening to our music. In few years back, young Nigerians don't listen. They listen to foreign music. Shakira, this, you know, the dancing Shakira.
Even Awilo.
Awilo is Nigeria. Hey, even Awilo. There's a time that you see Awilo everywhere. You know, but now with our young people, kudos to Davido, kudos to other guys, you know, that are projecting and promoting our culture, flying our flag everywhere. Everywhere you go now, even in outside Nigeria, you know, they listen to Nigerian music. I was in downtown Doha in Qatar, you know, was moving around, you know, I listened to Rema. They are playing Rema music in a. I have to come back. My intention, what came to mind was, is there a Nigerian there? But when I got there, there are Arabs, you know, listening to Rema. That's the level we have gotten to. And then government need to improve on that. On social media, let us start promoting. We are doing that. And then we need to do more to promote our culture. It's high time we let our youth, right from primary school, the young people, let them know that Shango, Obatala, Amadioha, all these gods, they are not bad people. Because that's what they were to us.
That's where I'm coming to. Because this is
it was sold to right from primary school. Yes. There was a time when we were in school.
So now we're on the same page now.
Yes. There was a time when we were in primary school. Our language, if you're mistaken, they say vernacular to our language. You know, that time they say if you speak vernacular, what is vernacular? Our own language. But if you speak English, you are free. And they sold it to us. Our teachers that time, they follow it too. Because if you speak vernacular, you can even be punished that you are speaking vernacular. But let's get back to basics. From primary school, if possible from nursery school, let us, the school curriculum, is high time we allow it to have African, let me say Nigerian, you know, let us see how we can inculcate some of these things into our curriculum.
Like incantations?
Not incantation. Incantation is the Oyinbo, over there they do incantation. Incantation, it depends on the way you look at it. Even in religion, when you see some alphas now, when they are talking, you even if you go to if it doesn't get to that level, spiritual realm with them, you may go to Islamia, you may go, but if you don't go to that level, if you never get to, you will not know what they are talking about. Likewise, some of our pastors, they speak in tongues. They speak in tongues. That could be likened to incantation. Because anything you are saying now that I don't know about, you can call it anything. If you are talking now, I don't understand what you are talking, you can call it anything. Incantation was used that time. Let me give panegyrics. That's in Yoruba land. There's what we call panegyrics. We call it oriki. Oriki has done a lot of good than harm in Yoruba land. Because if I go to my family home, my family house now in Southwest, as I'm coming, the elderly people in the family, they start chanting in what we call panegyrics. You know, in that chant, it will tell you where the family is evolving from. It will tell you where they are today and where they're going in future. That is the science that we can build on, that can make good money for Nigeria. And like I rightly said, sir, there are some people, I kept mentioning it, not only in Nigeria. We have Yoruba outside Nigeria. We have Igbo outside, large numbers of them residing elsewhere. We have Hausas outside Nigeria, residing outside Nigeria. The Yoruba, let me talk about Yoruba now. In Cuba, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, and all these Caribbean nations, even Brazil, the number of Yoruba in Brazil now is you cannot comprehend it. These are people that go there, go and tell them about Christianity, they don't believe in it. Tell them about Islam, they don't believe in it. What do they believe in? It's our own Oya, it's our own Chongo, it's our own Obatala, you know. And I kept saying this, that once in a year, I'm a Muslim, and one of the major things in Islam is that pillars in Islam is that you must go for Hajj. Where is Hajj taking place? In Saudi Arabia. People will go on lesser Hajj in a year. Some will go lesser Hajj more than 3 times. Some have been going for normal Hajj more than 10 times now. You know. So once in a year, people will go to Jerusalem. You know, it has become part of them, and it has become part of our religion that you must visit all these places. What stopped Nigeria government for working on our culture? These people that don't believe in Christianity, that don't believe in, you know, and they believe in our own Shango. Where's Shango? Shango is here. Ojibo Shango is here. Where's Obatala? Is here. Once in a year, let these people come to Nigeria too, on pilgrimage. When we do that, we'll forget about oil. Because when they come, they will stay in hotel. When they come, they will buy things. When they come, the transportation. When they come, you know, it will increase our GDP. It will contribute drastically. And these are things that we need to start getting it right. I'm a Muslim. That doesn't mean, you know, I throw away my culture. I know how to talk to people. I know how to address people. I know that I should not indulge in some things. When I say elders, I know how to respect elders. I know that as a Nigerian, you know, I should pray for my country. I know that as a Nigerian, I should pray for the president and the people really. I know I have to do that. You know, so that's the level it has gotten to.
So, Honorable Kenny, let's talk about our dress code.
Dress code.
As a people. Well, the conversation first, you've admitted to the fact that we are not fetish.
We're not fetish.
We are not barbaric.
We're not barbaric.
We're not uncivilized.
As
we're not
alleged. We are not.
You've clarified us on those issues, but let's talk about our dressing. A lot of Nigerians still find it strange to put on Ankara. Kudos to you that you always put on Ankara anywhere you go. And a lot of Nigerians don't even have it. Talk more of putting it on. A lot of Nigerians still shy away from even talking about dressing in the African style. As a matter of fact, a lot of governments across Nigeria still subject this Nigerian attire to just once in a week. A lot of assemblies in the country do not even speak the local languages in their parliament. When we look at all of this put together, can we say that even the government and the people of Nigeria in reality are shy from even talking about their culture or celebrating their heritage?
Yes, well, it's a gradual process. To some extent, I still give kudos to our artists. I still give kudos to Nollywood actors and actresses, because the way they projected Nigeria image, you know, it is when you travel out of this the shores of Nigeria, you go to East Africa, you are in Southern Africa, it is then you will know that they value us. You know, even outside the continent. You know, there's a time for the past 7 years now, this is how I dress. I've been wearing a dire and Ankara. I can't remember the last time I put on suits like you.
Well, we know you're not a suit man.
I can't remember the last time.
Let the straight bullet don't come to me. Let's just keep it at that.
So, yes, it has to start from us. I was one of the panelists at, that was 2 years ago, Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria conference, fan conference in Abuja here. And at that, what I said on that as one of the panelists was that our airport, that's the first point of call. When people are entering Nigeria for the first time, they are coming to the airport. What stop the staff, fan staff, and other people, receptionists at the airport, you know, wearing homemade, Nigeria-made clothes? What stop them? That by the time they work on some of these clothes, the good designers, by the time they wear it, you know, because when people are coming, oh, I love this clothes, and you know, Oyibo are not like us. They will come and meet you. I like your dress. I say, madam, you can get it in that shop. Until you start doing that. As I'm happy when you see our president now, I don't think you see him wearing like East African and some other African leaders. Most of the Francophones, you see them in suits, you know. But our leaders in Nigeria, from even during the military regime, when they are not in their military attire, you see them in our wares. On that, I give them kudos. Our leaders are trying that. Go to National Assembly, except few ones that want to be European than more European than the Europeans themselves, that will put on suits every time. You know, I spoke to one of the SA to the president one time like that. You are SA to this. Look at what you are wearing. You should be promoting our culture. And thank God he has changed now. He has started wearing Nigerian. So it's high time we get it right. When you go to Abeokuta and you see where they are producing this, my brother, you will love this country. And then I can clap for the former governor, what's his name? The man with this big cap, Amosun, because he really established that business in Abeokuta. It's not people that sell alone. There are some people that their job a day is to eat it. They are making money. Some are selling chemicals. Some is water. And when you see the way things are going on there, youth engagement, you know, so I now look at it that if they can do this in Abeokuta, and we can have something like this in all our local governments, you know that youth issue of unemployment will reduce drastically. You know, so it's not that our youth don't want to wear this,
or they are shy for putting it on.
But many of them are wearing it now because the designers, we have good designers now that will shape this. The way they will wear it, they are wearing it now. And then the more we promote it, the better. Government can start doing it. Osun State government started something that is it every Thursday. No. Yes, every Thursday they should wear adire.
And we cannot say every Thursday they should wear a suit. Every other day they should wear a direct.
Let's start from there. Gradually,
That's what I said, because we've tied ourselves to 1 or 2 days in a week to wear the Nigerian attire.
Thank God they're even doing that.
That's what I'm asking. Are we shy of putting on our local attires? Are we shy of even talking? Say, state assemblies can even subject themselves to at least speak the local languages at least twice in a week or something. Plenary should be held in local parlance at least twice.
Some states are doing that now.
Lagos State is trying.
Lagos is doing that.
Lagos State tried, but how many days did they give to even speak the Yoruba language in the State House of Assembly? Can we say we are shy?
It's not shy.
Because I'm looking at it critically. When you look at it critically, we have more people that are more Western than the Westerners in Nigeria. That is a large percentage. Even the Nigerian music, which you've said you listen in Qatar, how many Nigerian musicians wear the local attires? How many? How many movies do we watch in the Nollywood that showcased from the beginning to the end of those movies, showcasing Nigerian attire? That movie is on the world stage. Is it that we are deliberately trying to be discriminatory with what we produce, or we're trying to just turn a blind eye on it, or we are shy? That's why I use the word, are we shy?
No, we are not.
So we are discriminatory.
That's why I said it's a gradual process.
All right. So how long will it take us?
For example, now you said Lagos State, they do it maybe once in a week. Let us start from there.
Since 1960.
No. It's not 1960. It's of recent.
Since 1960, we've gained independence. And we're still talking about giving opportunity. You've talked about Osun State giving Thursday for you to wear your. I'm asking, what will it stop the government from ensuring that you wear suit and tie only on Thursdays? Every other day you can go on local attires.
Well, we still need more orientation. We still need more to talk more about it. Thank God, like what we are doing now. Let other television stations, continue to emulate this. Programs on culture, maybe once in a week, so that our youth, not only television station, even radio station, let us be talking about it. I could see, there's a guy I saw that for more than 3 or 4 years now, he said he will not wear jeans again. And you see him wearing ashoke. You see him, turning ashoke to trouser. He may not wear it with any other, but the trouser will be ashoke. Because ashoke that you are seeing can last for 1,000 years.
Serious?
Ashoke, go and do your research on it. 1,000 years ashoke can last. That's why you see our forefathers will keep it. Somebody will inherit it. Another person, like that. Our jeans cannot last more than 4 or 5 years. Any jeans that is more than 5 years, that means maybe in Europe, maybe they are the way they are keeping it. But ashoke can last more than 1,000 years. We've done a research on it. That ashoke can last more than 1,000 years. So it's a gradual process. Our youth, whether they like it or not, they will start wearing this. Let's continue producing. Let's continue bringing it out. But our government need to do more. Like what former Governor Amosun did in Ogun State. Let other state governments, emulate it and create. It's not only clothing alone. They can do some other things that our youth will see it, and they will be, engaged, because that's what really matters. I pray you just try and visit that spot in Abeokuta. You will see what I'm talking about. It's a beehive of activities. So I have said it's a gradual process. We will get there. In a situation whereby Lagos State is doing that, some states in the north are doing that too. I think there was a time in Kaduna State that once in a week they will hold their session in Hausa, because it's not easy. When you want to pass a bill now, you want to sponsor a bill, you can't do it in Yoruba or Hausa. It has to be in English. Maybe that's why they're still finding it very hard. But I know with time we'll get there.
Well, only time will tell. Just before I let you go, let's talk about the future of Nigerian culture. Now, you've said that it will take us time. I'm looking at from 1960 to date. It's quite a number of years, 65 years at a stretch, and we're still calling for time. When you look at the Nigerian culture, Nigerian tradition as it stands right now, looking at the level of diminishing that we're seeing even from urban centers, where children no longer hold respect in high chastity, where we see a lot of moral values thrown into the bin. Do we have a future? Does Nigerian culture hold any future for the Nigerian people?
Yes, I would say yes. Yes, because the conscientization, the orientation is gradually evolving, you know. And then thank God we have our social media now. More organizations are doing, you know, very good job.
You mean the social media that when an elder posts a thing on social media, a child that is not even up to age will begin to insult the elder person? That's what I'm asking at this point. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? Looking at Nigerian culture, is there a future?
We can't say because, you know, you don't want to see bad people, then you close your eyes. When you close your eyes, by the time good people will pass, you may not know. And that's why I kept saying that we get there. Culture-wise, we are doing well. Because even when you say a young boy that misbehaved to an elderly person now, there, you see some people that will call him to order.
How often?
No, it will happen.
How often?
Even among his mates, they say this thing it's not good. Unless an elderly that has soiled his hand. There are some elders that have soiled their arms.
Well, Honorable Kenny, we have a lot of things to discuss on this table in terms of values and culture of the Nigerian child as it stands right now. But I've been signaled that it's time for us to go. I really want to appreciate you for finding out time to be with us here.
Thank you.
On Corero.
Thank you.
Now, as a cultural ambassador, just before we let you go, any last word before we let you go?
Well, anything that we can do as Nigerians, as Africans, that we can do to make the world we live in, to make it better, saner, and beautiful, we should continue to do it. And our culture is our way of life. We can't throw culture away. It's high time you discover yourself culture-wise, then everything will work out fine for you.
Well,
thank you.
I think that is Honorable Kenny's own message. Let's call it his own good news.
Good news.
In that regard. Well, this is how far we can go on Corero today. Don't forget that you can also follow us on all our social media handle currently showing on your screen. And you can also download the Rapid TV app from your Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. My name is Godwin Sunday, and like I always say, remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now.
Thank you.